U.S. Senator Katie Britt is aiding Dothan law enforcement by securing $1.257 million for a new tool. News 4's Lily O'Brien spoke with Senator Britt about the project. She joins us live now. So, Lily, what can you tell us this evening?
Well, Kinsley, Senator Britt says the goal here centers around violent crime in the city. The ShotSpotter gunfire location alert and analysis service isn't new, but it would be new to Dothan.
The detection service uses acoustic sensors to discover and locate gunfire. It then reports the shots fired to appropriate agencies in real time.
The speed and accuracy of information makes a world of difference for law enforcement officers and first responders when they're working diligently to protect and serve our communities.
The system is used in over 160 cities across the nation. When the devices come to Dothan, they'll be placed around several different locations. And that's because violent crime can happen anytime, anywhere. So whether you're here at Westgate Village, where multiple shootings happened in the month of April alone, or here at Solomon Park, where a teenage girl was shot at simply because she didn't want to give her phone number to a boy from school.
This system would empower Dothan's law enforcement officers with precise, real-time information to improve response times and hold criminals accountable.
While the detection service can't stop gunshots from being fired, it can help save lives through a quicker response.
The ShotSpotter system has been used in cities across Alabama like Mobile and Birmingham. Bringing it to Dothan will hopefully make the Circle City safer. Kinsley?
Lily O'Brien, thank you for that report.